So my mom doesn't like me using tampons. She's worried about toxic shock. I'm not quite sure what that is. Should I be worried?
So that's a really important question because toxic shock is serious. I want you to understand what it is, but I also don't want you to worry. So whenever I talk about toxic shock, there's always 3 points I want to make. First, I want you to understand what it is and why people worry. Secondly, I want to put that worry in perspective. And then third, I want to help you know how to reduce your risk related to toxic shock. So first of all, what is it? Toxic shock is a super rare bacterial infection. It is serious, but it affects anybody, not just people using tampons. You can get it if you're using a pad or a cup, and it also even affects men and children. Secondly, let me put your worry and your mom's worry in perspective. You're actually more likely to die from a lightning strike than you are from TSS. But just like when there's a lightning storm, you know how to reduce your risk by getting out of the pool and taking shelter. There's things you can do to reduce your risk of toxic shock syndrome. So that brings me to the third point. How do you reduce your risk? First, you're always going to use the lowest absorbency tampon that will manage your flow. If you take it out and it has some white on it, or if it's a little uncomfortable to pull out, go down a size. Secondly, you need to know the symptoms of toxic shock syndrome because it's very treatable, especially when it's treated early. So those symptoms look and feel like the flu. Basically, you get a high temperature, headaches, nausea, you may have a rash. If you get these symptoms, you're on your period and using a tampon, you're going to take out your tampon, get immediate medical attention, and then tell them you're worried about toxic shock. Now, I know that's a lot of information and sounds scary. The main thing I want you to know is just not to worry, but be aware.